So, hello. I don't have a train of thought. Is that how you say that? Anyways, so I decided to paint more rocks. I needed a project that was easy and fast. So I already had a pile of rocks that I had painted gesso on top of, acrylic gesso, so that it's easier to have the paint stick. Um, Clean your rocks, choose your rocks, wash them, dry them, gesso them. That'll help your paint stick a lot better. I see a lot of people paint rocks without gessoing them. Like, y'all, what paint are you using? Because a lot of my paint would not show up well enough if I didn't. Especially the light colors, which are the colors I seem to gravitate towards. But anyways, so I decided to do, I was going to try to do the whole pan, but this wound up taking longer than expected. So I think I did 16 of them. And then it was just kind of whatever. I used acrylic paint pens for this round because it's really convenient. You can use actual paint with a paintbrush if you want. I've also done it with crayons. So I'm going to do that at some point and I'll show you. Is you even real? I'll show myself, the imaginary people that watch this. Anyways, I'll do that at some point for the 0 people that ever seem to watch. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna do it. And I have like no train of thought, so explaining this is can you tell what those two things are up in the top left corner? My mom couldn't tell what they were until I said what they were, and then she's like, oh, I love them, they're so cute. Yeah, they didn't come out how I expected. I saw someone else do something like that, and I thought, hey, I'm totally gonna copy it, but I didn't bother to look at the picture back up to see like how anybody did it, and I couldn't remember what they looked like. So I just kind of made it work. And I think it's funny that she couldn't tell what they were because I feel like it's obvious once you point it out. So I'm not going to say what those two things are. See if anybody can figure it out. Also, my smiley's face. Did I say that? No, I did not. Anyways, he was supposed to be just a normal dot dot smile smiley face. Like totally thin, normal. It went a little wrong, and it gets even wronger as I try to like fix it. The smiley face did not come out right. Also, can you tell what the red one with the face is? Who is that supposed to be? My mom could not figure it out. I had to tell her who it was. And she kept making the same guess that she thought it was. I'm not going to say because that's guesses. But anyways, she was very wrong with what she thought it was. And then I did a little house because I absolutely love the little house concept. So I had one that had like this recess or whatever, this like thumb imprint spot. So I decided, hey, that's a door. I'm gonna make a Flintstone house. And it's like this Mediterranean style type house that I saw somewhere tropical, I don't know, Greece or something. I absolutely loved how those looked, and I want to be able to do that. So I saw this one where it was all these white houses, and this older lady sitting there painting flowers along the side of her beautifully white house, and she's the only house that had flowers on it. And I thought, oh my god, I love her. I love that. Oh my god. So I love when people do that. I also love when people paint up their staircase flowers. So, you know, cute touches. Also, I found this rock that had 7 sides, and I immediately, as soon as I found it, thought that is going to be a die. That is absolutely going to be a 7-sided die. So I thought that was a lot of fun. And then I kind of went for it with other things. Like I started to make a little musical instrument. Can you tell what kind of musical instrument? My mom did not guess correctly. I'm trying to avoid doing ones that are food related because I don't want any animals or bugs to think that they're getting actual food. So the 2 that I did that were food related, I tried to make extremely cartoony, the cupcake and the little bean. So shall I explain the bean or shall I leave the bean unexplained? I did 1 bean and then I made the little Mother Hector chicken with the 6 tiny beans, and then I considered, hey, maybe I should do 5 more beans to go with the set, because at this point I basically only drew myself. I have no siblings, but hey, you know, that's common, honestly. Anyways, so then there's weird orange one over there that doesn't yet have lines was supposed to be a sunset. It was very, very ugly sunset, so I decided to change that last minute to something else, so it became a pretty flower, and I liked it a lot better as a flower, because wow. And then way back in the day, there was a father of one of the kids that I was friends with, and he wanted to befriend my mother, so he gave me a rock with her name on it when I was in Girl Scouts in kindergarten. Anyways, blah blah, so I tried to recreate the rock, not even going to go into that anymore. And then I made one for my boyfriend's mother. I thought that would be cute. I don't remember if he said she gardens or not, but I'm pretty sure everyone has a garden. I know not everybody likes to garden, but I think everybody has a rock or two, even if you don't have an outdoor piece. Because like even when we lived in the city a few years ago and we had no outdoor, technically there was a yard, but we couldn't use the yard because it was shared by like 3 houses. So we couldn't take our dog out there. He bites. Anyway, so there was no yard access, so any cool yard stuff we wanted, we put in the basement. Or I guess there was no basement in that town. It was whatever that weird space was. It wasn't a house. They had converted an old store into a house, and it was totally not to code. There were no windows downstairs at all. It was a complete fire hazard. The lock to get out required a key. Like, I've never seen a doorknob like that in my entire life, that you are literally, you have to key yourself in and key yourself out. There is no twist knob. You're just completely trapped. If it's a fire and you aren't the one with the key, there's no window to get out, nothing. You have to go upstairs and jump. That was like literally your only option if you couldn't get that door open. So that was safe. That was cool. I feel like the safety level for buildings on this coast are non-existent, because that absolutely would not have been allowed in California. Any of the places that I lived, any of the places I went, I spent 20 years there. Never, ever, ever did I see a building that had no windows and a door that required a key to get out. Like, could you imagine? Huh, I'm offended by that still. So, anyways, when you're done with your rocks, why am I rambling about doors and locks? I have no idea. I don't remember. I paint them with a little bit of, it's Mod Podge. It's glue and water. It's, what's that stuff called? PVA glue. It's school glue, white glue, just kids, Elmer's child glue. Mix that with a little bit of water, about 1/3 water to 2/3 glue. And that's always how I've coated my rocks. I know other people use more expensive stuff, but like, why? For literally years, that's how I coated my rocks, and they stay good. There was that one that we had for, it was about 15 years. Never did it get repainted. Never did it wind up fading at all. So, glue for the win. Also, it doesn't drip colors off into your plants or anything. So, I totally just use glue. Can you tell what my musical instrument is? Can you tell who the red guy is? I mean, you really have to be part of a niche group of people to know who the red guy is. Like, there's probably millions of people who know who it is, but not necessarily based on my drawing of him. I didn't look him up to see what he looked like before I did it. I tried to just do it by memory. I don't think I remembered what he looked like very well, because that is not what he looks like. So anyways, I thought my rock was really cool. This particular one that you can shake and it'll actually land on a different side every time. It's like, it's not like trick dye or anything. It works. So I was excited by that. I thought that was really fun. Anyways, for her rock, I decided I didn't really know how to decorate it all that well. And I didn't want to go putting hearts on something for someone I barely know, because that seems really, really weird and creepy. So I put flowers on it. Like, what else do you do? How do you decorate it? And then for this one, I really didn't know what I was doing either. It doesn't look even remotely like the original. The original had like little flowers and stuff in it. You know, I can't quite remember what that one looked like, honestly. It's been years. We've lived here for 10 years, so we abandoned it 10 years ago when we forgot it in the other garden. So it's crazy to think I've been here for 10 years. Crazy. And I still act like I've never seen snow in my life. Like, oh my God, it's never snowed before. Yeah, so I have a memory. Bye.